guys, it's Jenny and I'm really excited for today's video because I'm going to be showing you my favorite way to upcycle an old shirt, and that is by adding new buttons. And I think buttons are so underrated. They can completely change the whole aesthetic of your outfit. And it's a really great project for beginners. All you need is a needle, some thread, and some buttons. I've done this project so many times, so I'm going to show you some examples I have. This first shirt was pretty plain and boring and I never wore it, so I added these little strawberry buttons to the collar to accent it, and these really cute red and white flower buttons down the bottom. This next shirt already had a cute design on the collar, so I switched out the plain brown buttons for these cute blue flower buttons to match the pattern on the front. This one I added some pink strawberries and pink heart buttons, and I think it really changed the style of this from like a mom shirt to like a cute summery going on a picnic style. This last one's kind of a different example. I didn't change the buttons on this, but I added these little ribbon flowers that you get from like the craft store onto the collar and onto the front. I actually added these just to cover up a stain, so that's like another life hack. And the shirt I'm going to be adding buttons to today is this one. It's really cute. It has like this color block design, and I think adding buttons in matching colors to the rest of the shirt would really make it pop and be more my style. Okay, I keep having to refilm this because I'm crunching the bags too much, but I'm going to show you some of my buttons. And first I have this mixed bag from Michaels. It has different shapes like cars and strawberries and stuff like that. They're really cute and kitschy. I love them. These are also from Michaels. It's just different shapes and colors of buttons. The big ones are really good for jackets and cardigans or just decorative buttons. I also have these multicolored strawberries from Wish, and that's what I used down this shirt. I put them on in rainbow order, and I think it looks so much cuter than the brown buttons that were on it before. Lastly, the buttons that I'm going to be using today are these rainbow hearts, also from Wish. When you're replacing the buttons on a shirt, it's important to make sure that the button you're using was a similar size to the one that you're cutting off to make sure that it will still fit through the buttonhole. And the shirt I'm using has small buttons, so these are the perfect size. So let's get started. Okay, so the first step is to cut off the buttons with either really small sewing scissors or a seam ripper. So if you just cut the threads on one half of the button, then you can pull it off and pull out the threads from the other side. There we go. And I'm just going to do that to the rest of the shirt. Did you see that? I just stabbed myself with the seam ripper. Be careful, kids. The next step is to pick which buttons you're going to be using, and I decided to use a little rainbow of hearts for mine, and also just double check that the buttons will fit by just putting it through the buttonhole. And yep, these are a good size. So next we have to pick a matching thread and thread a needle. Usually I match the thread color to the button, but I think since these are rainbow colors, it would look cute if I just used orange for all of them to match the shirt. To sew on a button, we're going to double thread the needle, so I'm going to cut around 20 inches of thread. So we're going to feed the thread through the needle using a needle threader because it's otherwise impossible. So just put one end through and pull it back through the needle. And then take both ends of the thread and pull them till they're even, and then make a little knot at the end. I usually make two just to make sure that it doesn't like rip through the shirt. So now our needle is double threaded and we're ready to sew on the first button. So I'm going to be using the imprint of the old button to help me place my first stitch. So from the back, we're going to insert the needle on the side of the button and bring it through. Make sure your knot is holding at the back. And then you're just going to thread the button through. And hold it down with your finger to make sure it doesn't spin around, and bring it through the other side. And around the back to the other side. Since we double threaded the needle, it's going to make sure that the hold on the button is a lot stronger, and also that we can sew it on faster. So now I'm on my fourth time around. And it's time to knot it off and start the next button. I'm just going to pick one of the stitches, go under it, make a loop, and then bring my needle under and through that loop to make a little knot. And I'm going to do that one more time. You can also grab a little bit of the fabric, just make sure that it won't be seen through the other side, that it's covered by the button. So just a little bit of fabric and under one of the stitches. Make a loop and then go under, through, and just pull. And that button should be secured on there. Now you can just cut the extra thread. If you have enough left, you can knot it and sew on the next button, and if not, just rethread your needle. I'm going to start on the second button the exact same way. Start at the back on one side, bring it through, make sure the knot is holding, and then thread your button on. Make sure you hold it down while you bring the thread across and down, and then across and back up from the other side. And about 4 times around should be enough. I'm not doing a shank with these buttons, which is when you add a space between the button and the shirt, because I found that it doesn't really help me, doesn't really make a difference. And one more time around. Then we can knot it off at the back, go under and stitch, grab a little bit of fabric, and then bring the needle back through the loop. And then do that one more time. And cut off the extra thread. Now my thread's getting a little short. I probably can't use it a third time, so I'm just going to rethread this and finish the rest of the buttons off camera, and we will take a look at the finished product. Okay, here's the finished shirt. I love it so much. I think the colorful buttons add so much more personality to it. It only took like 5 minutes total, and it's honestly the easiest way to turn a boring old shirt into something a lot cuter and more your style. Thank you so much for watching. If you do a project like this, please tag me in it on Instagram. My @ is circusangel_. Please subscribe for more. I have a couple projects I will be working on because I just went to Goodwill the other day. let me do a sneak peek. So I found these heart shelves and I'm going to do a little painting DIY with these soon, hopefully. I found these amazing pants, but they are way too big for me. So we're going to do a drastic downsize. See if I can take in the waist of these pants, so that should be fun. I'm really excited about this one. It's this cute little grandma dress, and I think it's going to make the cutest two-piece set in the world, like a little crop top and a skirt. I don't think you can even see that, but yeah, I'm really excited for that. So if any of these interest you, please subscribe, stay tuned. I am on winter break, so hopefully I'll have a lot more videos coming, and thank you. Bye. Wait. Oh my god. The stack of boxes that I'm filming on right now is so hilarious. Like, I hope you can see. This is what it's like